Chair, can I make a couple comments?
Absolutely.
So, my interpretation of the town code is that we do not require a public hearing on these administrative appeals. For example, on the last case, Grace Klein, Casco Avenue, we do not have a public hearing on that. So I want to be clear on that. We don't historically have public hearings because there are people in the audience who have generally passionate views on this project, which I think we all respect. We'd like to hear comments from the public, which that's your call, Mr. Chairman. There will be public hearings at the planning board because this is classified as a major subdivision, so there will be at least one, if not two, public hearings at the planning board stage of this matter. So it's up to the board. I would suggest we close the public hearing, and if you're ready to make a decision tonight.
Anybody else have anything they'd like to add to what you'd like to say?
Again, we're limited to making a decision based on how the code is written.
It's a very narrow issue regarding the letter or determination of the building inspector. Mr. Tuck, we determined that his interpretation of the code is that aggregation of floor areas of multiple possible residences on separate subdivision lots do not require the town board approval. Before the planning board is a site plan application and is a subdivision application, a major subdivision application, as well as a site plan application for the rec center.
And we don't have the authority to determine that the town board should be reviewing all the issues that the public is brought up this evening.
And the narrow issue is only, was Mr. Tuck correct in his interpretation of the town code? Based on his.
That's the only thing that we're looking at.
Yes,
as
the environmental.
board right now.
That's right. The environmental review process, the road, these are all legitimate issues that these members of the public have raised, and the town planning board is reviewing them. No decisions at all have been made, and that process is ongoing.
And they will have the right to speak at the town planning board.
It will be. We have not even had a public hearing, a formal public hearing at the planning board.
And there's still more to come for them to do.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And the comments, honestly, over the last year from people concerned with this project have been very useful, I think, to the applicant and to the town. So I think the comments are great. We certainly appreciate that. And the project, from the original manifestation of it, was a much, much larger project. I think it was 70 homes, 100 homes, with a golf course. It was a huge project. And based on the comments from various individuals and organizations, the project has been reduced to what is currently pending right now.
I think I'd like to see the public hearing left open.
Mr. Chairman, may I speak?
1 second, please. How do you feel about that? In terms of the public hearing? Should we?
I'm inclined to want to hear a little bit more from the public as well. I understand some of what they're saying is totally not relevant to the issue being brought before us, which is the determination of the actual language in the code. However, it appears there's been some confusion, and I don't know if we can clear that up as to what truly was put in the Daily Freeman.
So again, if I could, our interpretation of the town code is that a public hearing where we receive comments from the public is not required for these type of applications. We decided to allow some comments tonight from the public. It's not required under our code. We do not allow public comment on the Grace Klein application. The other matter, regarding the battery storage facility a couple months ago, we did not allow public comment. There will be ample opportunity for public comment at the planning board level in the months to come. So I think this is a very narrow issue, which I think should be decided tonight, one way or another, but that's my suggestion.
Rich?
I think the building inspector's interpretation is okay. See no problem with that. And
How do you feel about the public hearing?
public hearing is fine, but I think it's not in this language that it should happen.
one comment? The public hearing tonight is on this. The public hearing at the subdivision will be on the subdivision. So this was limited to your review tonight, so that's what people are speaking on. So I will admit, some people were extraneous.
But we didn't hear a whole lot of public comment on this aggregate question.
I mean,
That's
many
where I'm a
people
little-
spoke on the town board.
I thought it was next
Yeah,
month.
so let's keep it, to
I
what we're
apologize, Chair.
discussing, and then we're gonna make a determination on leaving it open, or not leaving it open, or if we're going to,
And Chair, if you need more time to study this, I would
Yeah.
suggest,
So,
I suggest closing the public hearing, and then you can make a decision next month, if you'd like.
Wow.
You can leave comments.
Unbelievable.
You can leave comments open. The next meeting.
I'm
written comments.
leaning towards leaving the comments open. I think there's other people that wanna speak, I'd like to hear it. Again, I don't think that it's necessarily, the right venue for what you guys are, looking to do. I understand what you are, but, there was some confusion, like Megan said, in terms of, you know, the public hearing or not the public hearing, and, I don't think we should exclude anyone. So in my opinion is, we should leave the public hearing open, because I have no problem listening, this is what I'm here for, until the next meeting.
So can I do the form of a motion?
So, can I get a motion to leave the public hearing open?
No. Close the public hearing and accept comments.
Close the public hearing.
And accept comments.
And accept comments.
Please leave the public
Leave
hearing.
it, leave it.
He's trying to deny the people the opportunity to speak.
Anybody else to the board? Up to you. But I think close the public hearing and accept the comments until the next meeting on August 12th.
Who do you represent?
So accepting comments means it's basically the same thing, right? They can still come up and say.
No,
No.
it is not the same thing.
Please don't.
Can we have some?
Yeah, let me speak to it, just so I can give you a clue.
So the next meeting is August 12th. You wanna close the public hearing and accept written comments through August 12th?
Written public comment.
Yeah, email comments, written comments, yes. That's what, the typical practice of the town board is.
This is what happened at the planning board.
I'd like to hear in person, what folks have to say. That's my opinion.
If we could keep the scope to, be
Limited.
limited to the interpretation, my interpretation,
Into your interpretation.
not go on to
Environmental
everything else that the
reviews.
planning board will be reviewing at the public
So,
hearing.
I think that's what we're gonna have to do. We're going to leave the public hearing open. I am going to limit the, what we're gonna speak about to the interpretation of what, we're here for.
Mr. Chairman, can you grab the difficult for you to do that?
Speak up. We can't hear you, Jason.
Why is that?
You have a public hearing, there's a comment, I'm sorry. You have a public hearing, although you, of course, want the scope to be a very narrow issue before the board, I think you're gonna have a hard time cutting people off who would want to talk about other aspects of the project, which are legitimate aspects, the secret process, the road, everything else, which is certainly important information, but outside the narrow scope of what this board is charged with.
Mr. Chairman, respectfully, have you ever seen him fight this hard for something?
What was his language?
This
He's
is
saying
us,
we-
I appreciate it, but
we-
it's okay.
I think we are done
We're going-
with
we're
public
done.
comments
Yeah, the public
now.
comments are, that's it.
Okay.
This is not a discussion with the board. You guys don't mind, just let us work our way through this, so that, we can, you know, do the best for everybody.
Thank
So we're
you.
trying. Like I said what I want. And obviously, you know, I'm with the board here, so if you guys feel like we can, if you wanna shut the public hearing down and accept, close the hearing. Letters, that's fine also. My opinion is we leave it open. What's your opinion? Okay. What's your opinion?
Yeah, well, I'd like to have this narrowed to just the discussion of this aggregation of the.
But did you wanna shut down the meeting or shutting down the?
Closing.
Closing.
But we'll still accept comments.
Yes. If you would like to.
Yes, I would definitely like to do that.
Yes, I'm on board with that. I'm on board with just allowing people the opportunity to be heard, whether it be verbal or written. If we want to all agree that we don't wanna have the actual public portion, but we'll still accept your written comments for the next 30 days, so our next meeting is in August, that's fine, because it is a very narrow issue that we're dealing with. However, I do wanna afford people the opportunity to have some type of communication with us.
You lose our letters and you don't read them.
I'm good with written comments
Okay.
for the next 30 days.
So do we make a motion on that? That's a motion. So let me get a motion to close the public hearing and accept, comments, written comments through the vote. Okay, so somebody make that motion.
I make a motion to close the public hearing, but we will allow written comments on this very narrow issue until our next meeting on August 12th.
Do we have a second? Second, can we get a roll call?
Yes.
Yes.
No. The motion passes.
Will I have an opportunity to
So now
speak
we
at this?
shelve this until next,
So this matter will be on the agenda for next month's meeting.
Mr. Chairman, may I ask a question? For procedure, will I be able to speak and will Alec be able to speak at the next meeting?
The applicant and the owner of the
Thank
property.
you. That's all I wanted to know. Thank you guys so
Thank
much.
you.
okay.